One of North Bay's best-kept secrets is the Gaetano Guitar Company, run by Mike Edwards. Mike is a former furniture maker who turned into luthier. A luthier is a craftsman who makes musical instruments. He was inspired to change careers and become a luthier by a special friend.
A friend of mine, Gaetano, who was very ill at one time, and I got to the point where I didn't want to build furniture anymore, and I needed another challenge. And while I was nursing this gentleman, he had an old BC Rich in the corner, and at that point I picked it up and I started playing, and he mentioned to me, well, maybe you should try to build yourself guitars, and it just struck me that it might have been something I'd like to do.
Mike Edwards has been working in the woodworking industry for quite some time.
I've been in the woodworking business for about 18 years. The guitar, actually building stringed instruments, for about 4.
Local guitar hero Jake Thomas makes exclusive use of the Gaetano guitar for all of his unplugged performances.
I think this one's great, and it's the only one I've actually played, and it's we just did a reset up on it, and it's great. It's perfect.
Making a guitar is complicated and lengthy.
Well, for example, Jake's guitar. That took me about, I'd say about just under 2 weeks to build. I had taken that style of cutaway guitar and changed the bracing pattern on it, which is underneath the soundboard. And we really got a nice tight sound, a nice low, mid, high-end tight sound. He's very, very pleased with that guitar. And him and I will have a long-term relationship because, like any other guitar, everything moves. So it's got to be tweaked here and there, and it's a good thing, you know. So I'm pleased that he's pleased.
Mike Edwards' guitar shop requires the use of custom-built equipment. His facility has many engineered devices to allow him to custom build various parts of the musical instrument.
This is another little unit I built. What it does is it runs off of air. We take positive air and we turn it into negative air. Now, all these braces normally would be glued on with clamps. So what this little unit does, with a flick of a switch, draws this bladder down onto this. Therefore, it glues everything consistently at once. And at about 15 minutes as opposed to 3 hours drying time, it's set, and then it can come out and the next one can go in. Saves a lot of time.
Mike is a believer in the community of North Bay. He put together a vision to help many young local musicians develop their talent. It was called the Gaetano Guitar Challenge.
I came up with an idea one day, and we tossed it around as far as maybe getting the kids involved, finding out what talents are out there that we don't see. And I thought it might be a good idea to put a gift into one of the best guitarists' hands at the end of the contest. I was hoping that this would work very well, because I'd like to see it go within the 5 high schools. And I'd eventually like to see it all be done at the lakefront, actually, and have a festival weekend hosted by the schools and Gaetano Guitars for the kids to enjoy.
Mike Edwards and the Gaetano Guitar Company. Let's get on now to the Gaetano Guitar Challenge and the Final 4.